Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Craft Bags and Fashion. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thanks for your encouragement. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so. Kindly like our video, share and subscribe. Hello everyone. So welcome back to today's tutorial. Okay, in today's tutorial, we'll be treating the Dera bag. Like I said, I give all my bags names, so you can also do that for your bags. Also, you don't have to name them according to mine, but these are my own names and my own brand name. You understand? So you can always give your bag any name of your choice. So today we'll be treating the Dera bag. This is the Dera bag. Let me bring it up so you can see the bag very well. I'll send the sample and the picture to the group. Can you see it? So this is the Dera bag that we'll be treating today. So let's get started. Now this Dera bag is very simple. Yeah, the bag is simple, but it consumes leather. I won't lie to you because everything we are seeing on this particular bag contains leather. Everything is leather, even the inner, the inside. Look at the inside. It's all round leather. So if you are using the 1 yard leather, what you'll be having left will not be so much. It consumes accessories also. We'll be using these hook accessories, bag hook accessories. This is for the long strap, this is for the short strap. We'll be using almost 1.5 dozen of eyelets. This is eyelets. And so let's get started. What you'll be needing for this particular bag is your eyelets, your D-ring, your hook, and puncher. Yes, you'll be using puncher for punching out the holes. This is what a puncher looks like. I don't know if I mentioned this in the first accessories I dropped. So this is how your puncher looks like. So now let's get started. This bag has just the body and the side. Like I said, you don't need your lining, and you can use lining. It depends on how neat you want the inside to be. But for me, I used all round leather, both for the inner and the outside. They are all leather. So you can use your lining. If you want to use lining, you can use your suede. If you want to use your suede. So now the body is 10.8 by 10.8 by 10.5. This is 10.8. This is 10.5. This 10.5 is actually 5. Now from here we count 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where your 10.8 is. Can you see it? I'm trying to explain so that you won't be confused. It's not up to 11. It stops here. 10.8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10. The next 10 will fall on 11 on the dot. Do you understand? So this is 10.8 by 10.5. We are going to cut out 2 pieces of that. This 10.5 includes the sewing, this sewing part. Look at it. It's sewn in and out, like there's this joining up here. So the 10 is actual 10. If I measure this, it will be giving me 9.5 with half inches in. But let's just continue with the measurements. So we have the small side. This is the small side. This one, we have the small side, which is 27 by 1 inches. And we have the big side, which is this big side. This is the big side. This is the big one, which is 30. You can decide that you don't want this much space. Like from here now to this place is 3 inches on both sides. So you can decide that you don't want this much space here. You can reduce it to 2 inches. So if you are reducing or increasing it, you should know that you are going to increase your measurements also. So for this particular one, you are using 30 by 4.5. And the handle, this is the handle here. This handle, this one is 11 by 1 inches. And we have the long strap. This is the long strap here. So this is the long strap. The long strap is 2.5 by 40 or 45, depending on how you want it. We also have this part of the bag. This is the strap that we'll be putting into the bag. This one is 45 inches by 1. 45 inches by 1. So that is all about the measurement. So let's just dive into the pattern. Now this is the pattern. You can use your, like I said, you can use chipboard, you can use cardboard, you can use A4 paper. So now this particular one, I'm using an A4 paper to do it for the pattern, and you can see I've already, it's something simple. I will just explain something you can always grab instead of talking all over again. So I cut out my 10.8 by 10.5. This is my 10.8 by 10 and a half. What did I do? I just fold it into two like this. I fold it into two. Then you can use any object at the end to give it a curve, or your the mat set I showed you, the curve there. And you can also use your hand to give it just a free pattern. It's a free pattern. It's not something very hard. It's something you can always use your hand to shape. If you are into school bag, you should know how to get this measurement. But even if you are not into, even if you don't know how to make a school bag, you should be able to. It's just something free. You're just removing like 1.5 inches out. So then you get your arc under. Just get anything that can give you an arc. You can use anything that can give you an arc. The tutorial we did, the way the arc is, that's the same way we are going to do this. There is nothing different. The only difference is that this is just straight. You're not removing any other thing, just the bottom part of it. Then you come to this upper part. Now you're going, before you punch these holes, before you get any holes here, you're going to measure out 1.5 inches from the top. So you can see I removed my 1.5 inches and give it, roll it out. Then the margin between these holes are 1.5. Like from here, I mark out my 1.5. From the 1.5 again, I go to the next one, 1.5. From the last 1.5 to the next one, 1.5. From the last 1.5 to the next one. Make sure you have 6 holes. Make sure you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. So when you get the margin between just from the beginning, 1.5, the next 1.5, the next 1.5, the next one. So you rule them so that you can have an idea of what you want to do. You rule it out. Then you take your puncher, this puncher, and punch it. Then that is all. So you're going to do this on your leather. I'm using two, like I said, I'm using leather for everything. So I'll be cutting out 4 of these from my leather. One will serve as the body, and the other one will serve as the inner. If you look at the inside, they are both leather inside out. So one is serving as the outer part, while the other one is serving as the inner part. So if you want to use your lining, that means one, you'll be cutting 2 leathers, 2 lining. If you want to use the suede, you'll be cutting 2 suede, 2 lining. Sure you understand? So you're going to take this pattern to your leather and exactly just place it on your leather and draft it out. Then I'll be right back with the next step. Welcome back. So you can see this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one has 2 each. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 together like this. Then bring my pattern. So this is my pattern. I'll place my pattern on it because I'm working with my pattern measurement. So I'm going to place my pattern on it like this. Can you see it? You can see the way it is. So I'm going to take a biro or your leather pen and just, why am I doing this? So that I can know where to punch, because I'm going to punch the leather so you can see. So after marking it out like this, just give it this marking. It's not compulsory to be circle round. And if you don't have your puncher, you can look for something circular, just something small, like something small. Let me try and measure this so that I can know. You can see just half inches. It's half inches. The hole is half inches round. So something small like that to do your pattern on, to use to draft your circle. So you can see I'm already giving it mark already. So I'll pick my puncher and you can see just place it where that marking is. Then I just use my scissors to do it all out. So this is how it's going to be. Forget about this biro because my eyelets is still going to. So I'm going to do that for the 6 of them and I'll be right back. So I've done everything. Now I'm going to pick them 2. The first thing I'm going to do is to apply my gum up here. I'm going to apply my gum up here on the 4 of them. So I'll do that for the 4 of them, just the top parts. I'll do that for the 4 pieces. So I've done that for the 4 pieces. Then it has dried. I've waited a little for it to dry, and it has dried. And you're going to fold in. You are folding in just half inches. You're folding in just half inches, just half. So we're going to do this. Look at it. I should be having quarter here. You can see I'm having just quarter. So by the time I measure it from this side like this, I should be having half together. You can see it's just half inches. I'm folding in half inches. Make sure it's just half. So you're going to do that for the 2 stingy with gum. Just try and make sure your gum is on every side. Allow it to dry. So now the gum is dried. Then you're going to place it on the other part. Make sure the holes are showing. Both holes are showing. Make sure both holes are showing, because you are working with both holes, right? So make sure both holes are aligned together. So if you can't get this, maybe you can just, before you punch it, you can just do the gumming first. But anyhow you want to do it, just make sure they are both on same, both the front and back are on the same, the holes are on the same pace. Just make sure the holes are aligned, and you use your hand to straighten it. Use your hand to straighten it. If it's not straight, just try and make sure it is okay. That's just the main goal. Make sure it is okay. So I'm going to repeat this process for the second one. Then the next thing to do is just to top stitch and we set this aside. So we'll do the same thing for the second one. Make sure the holes are aligned. Make sure the holes are aligned. So I see. Trying to fix the holes and making sure make sure it is on each other. So this is the back, this is the front. Don't forget, if you want to use a lining, you are free. But I'm making use of leather for both inner and outer. It gives it this beauty look. Like the uniqueness is you yourself, when you use the leathers together, you will see what I'm talking. You will see you testify to what I'm saying. It gives you this unique look when you use both leather. But if you want to manage your leather, you can, because trust me, you're going to use almost 1 yard. What will be left to just be little. You're going to use almost 1 yard of leather for it. So that is all about the body. So this is the body. The body is ready. Now the next step is the main side. We're going to work on this first before any other thing. It's a process. Like I said, in bag making, we have different stages. You take it one after the other. Now we're going to give it this also, the arc. You can just fold it into, I'm using a carry board. You can use a Mako, but don't use ordinary leather. Either Mako, chipboard, or carry board. But I'm using a carry board because the body is not carrying any stiffener. So I want the side to have a stiffener. So you can see I'm trying to give it just like this. This is how I want the edges to be. Then I'm going to place it on the other side of the material and shape it out. Shape. So you can see. Now we're going to take this to our leather and cut it out. Now the cutting, we are cutting to fold in. You'll be gumming it on your leather to fold in. But before that, I'm going to get my chipboard paper. Now this is what I mean. You can see this is the main side, the bigger side of the bag, and you can see the inner part. I just place it up here and up here. So I'll be cutting it out like that. I'll be folding only this part and folding the other part, but I'll be folding this one full fold. I'll be giving it a full folding. So let's cut this out, then we fold it. So now I've applied my gum on everything. I'll just trim it up here. Just give it a round. Same thing to the other side. fold it in. So this up part, just try to fold it in once it's dry. Let's see. Try to make this edge smooth. Try to make the edges smooth. So do this for the other side. Then we go down. Do that for the other edge also. So you can see. Then you do the rest, you fold in the rest like that. So that is all. You can see this is the other end and this is the other end. So that is all. The next thing to do on this one is to fix this D-ring. We all know how to fix this D-ring, so I won't be showing us this D-ring part. I won't be showing us. So the next step now is to do the same thing for this. You fold the both edge. Now see, I've done the inner part of the side, so this is the both side. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to apply gum all around, like from the beginning to the end of the bag. So you're going to fix this like this. Just fix it like this. Do the same thing for the other side. So now this middle part, we're going to fold it in like this. You can see the way I'm folding it in. Make sure it's well folded inside. It doesn't have to get outside at all. Just in and use your hammer to apply pressure on it. Just fold it in like this. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So like that. No. So you can see, this is how the side will look like. You just have to apply your gum vigorously and gum it in. Even if you want to use chipboard all around the same way, because you have to leave this edge down because of the final sewing. So the reason why I said you will leave this edge down, you will know when we are joining. So for now, just let the inner be in the center like this. This is how it's going to. So this is how the inner will look like. You can see, and you can also use the lining to achieve this. So the bigger side is ready. Now the next thing we want to work on is our handle. So this is, I'm using a chipboard. You can use a soft marco for your handle or chipboard. You can't use a carry board. So this is my 11 inches by 1.5. Now I cut another one which is 8 inches by 1. Sorry, 11 inches by 1, and I cut a smaller one which is 8 inches by 1. So I'll be using these two for my handle. Now what I'm going to do is to gum this one separately, add my leather and gum this one. So I'm going to gum the two separately and come back with how to fix the handle. So welcome back. Now the next thing we want to do now is to fix the handle. Now this is one type of handle, like it's a part of handle, a top handle for bag. You can use it for different kind of bags. It's called a top handle. Like I said earlier, you can decide to make, I use chipboard for this, but you can decide to make yours with marco, soft marco. So I'm going to apply my gum, my glue. Yes. it into the other side. Just to hold it down, and this will be in the middle. So this will be like this on the bag. This is how it's going to look like. So we are going to take this and sew it round on your sewing machine. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and secure it down. I've already gummed it together, you can see. So I'll just secure it down with my sewing machine. Now the next thing we want to work on is the small side. Yes, this is the one we are going to be adding to the body first. Now what are we going to do to this one? On one side of the material, we are going to apply gum straight down. So once the gum is dried, we are going to fold it. So I'm meant to apply gum on this edge. Allow it to dry and we fold. Just little. Just fold it in like this. Just it's 1 inch. The measurement is 1 inch. I've given you the measurement of the small side, which is 27 by 1 inches. So you're going to cut out 2 pieces of it and do it this way. Just fold it. The both edge. Just cut it a little. So we do this for everything, just down like that, and we do it for the other side also. We are doing 2 of it. So you can see this is the two pieces. So we are going to do this and set it aside. Now I've already sewn this down. You can see this is how it's going to look like, and this is the hook. So this is the top handle for the bag. Now the next step we want to work on is to fix our eyelets. This is eyelets. It is called eyelets. So we're going to pick we're going to fix it into everything like this. So you fix it from the front while you pick the other part of it, and look at the way I'm fixing it, not this way but this way. So you fix it like this. If you don't have, so there's a machine we can use for this rivet fixing. It's called grommet. Grommet is this like a buttonhole machine. This machine that tailors do use to fix buttons. So we also use it for this. It's just to get the dies and the ring. So if you don't have that, you can always use your hammer. Just fix it this way. Then take your hammer. Try to use this part of your hammer. Try to just fix it down. You don't have to hit it hard because this rivet is soft. It's soft, so you don't have to rip it. You don't have to hit it very hard. Just little. Just make sure it is. You can see it's flattening on the other side of it. So just gradual process like that. See the way it is. So that's what you're going to do for all the 12 O's. That means 6 here and 6 on the other side. So I will fix that and I'll be back. So you can see I've done both sides. Then we come to the first joining. Now the first thing we are going to do is to go to our sewing machine and sew down the small side. We're going to attach it to this round like this. So you get to the other end. So you're going to do both. You're going to do that. I asked us to cut out 2 pieces of the small side, the smaller side. I said we should cut out the 2 pieces because each body is carrying one side. So let's get started with that. So I'll fix it. Then I'm going to start the joining. It's just a simple straight sewing. Don't forget that I'm not sewing down the folded part. I'm sewing down the other part of it, the other end of the side. So I'm going to do this down. I'm going to do this for both side, both body parts, you can see. So this is how it's going to look like. So I'll do this for the other side and I'll be back. So the two sides are ready, you can see. Now we are going to join it to the final the final side, which is the bigger side. And the first thing you're going to do is to get the midpoint of this. You can see you align it up here. Let it be aligned together. Then move it to the down part. Get your scissors. Move it to the down part. The notched part, just give it a mark. The midpoint. Just the midpoint. This is the midpoint. You don't have to, when you get it viral, just make sure you give it a mark because of the joining. So I'm going to give it a mark here. So we'll do that to the other side. Make sure these up parts are all aligned together like this. Then you get your midpoint and give it a mark. Just mark the midpoint. So can you see, this is where the midpoint is here, and the other midpoint here. So we are going to do the same thing for this. You can just notch this one. Just give it a little cut so that you can know that this is where you're coming to. You can see, just give it a little cut here. So I'll do the same thing for the other side. The other side also, you can see, is aligned. I'll just give it a little, just little notch inside so you can see. Now I'm going to start my joining. So joining is going to start from here, from where I marked here and where I notched together like this. So sorry, I thought I was videoing the other how I joined it, but I did not video it. But it's simple. It's just I just saw it straight, and this is the second notching part. I thought I was doing it, I was recording, but I wasn't. I'm so sorry. But it is something you can always walk around with. I see. So just continue like that. So the other part also, bring it down like that. Make sure that they are both aligned together. If it's possible, you can take your measurements, just the normal way we used to take our measurements for the other kind, the previous bag we did. The way I take the other side measurements, you can do that here also. If you can't align it yourself, just use a paper to get the actual measurements. So you keep bringing it up. That is all. So this is how the bag looks like. You see, this is how it looks like. This is the final. You see. So now the next thing we are going to do is to cut a strap. This is the strap. This strap is 1 by 30 inches long, and I did this also. This is just a little piece, like 4 inches by 1 inches. So I just stitch it down at the back, and because I'll use it to be securing the strap. So the next thing we are going to do is to fix this strap into this eyelet. So what you'll do is just take this, fold it into two like this, fix your eyelet into fix the strap into it. Make sure it's facing down, the sewing part is facing down part. So you do this for the other one also. Make sure they are both facing down. Can you see? Then it goes in here and come out here. You see? So this will also go in. Come out here. So this will go in also from here. You see? So to come from the other end, everything is facing down. Then you see it. Just align it. Anyhow you want to fix it, just make sure they are all the strap is passing through the whole eyelet. It's passing through the whole eyelet. So you can see the inside. You can see that everything is together. Now what you have to do is just adjust it with your hand. So if there's any excess, you cut it out. You can see. So this is how it's going to form. The back also the same thing. So this is how it's going to look like. Just use your hand to adjust it. Can you see the outer part? You can see. You can see it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut out the excess strap because I don't need much of the strap. So you can see I'm fixing this thing. So what will be used to adjust the bag is if you want to release it, you release it from here, and if you want to tighten it, you tighten it from here also. So I'll just tie a knot here. I'll do the same thing for the other side. So this is it. So this is how it looks like. Can you see? Now the next thing we want to do is to fix in our bag under, and that is all. You can see, very easy but consuming. So that is all about the bag. Can you see? This is the inside. So all I need to do is just to use it from here. If I want to put in anything, I can put in. It's spacious, it's big, it's very big. Then once I'm done putting, I just adjust it with this, and that is all. Can you see it? So thank you, and see you in our next video. Bye.